Right, welcome everybody. Race 1 on Friday night. Um, we're here at Silverstone. Silverstone is not everyone's favorite track. Some of the guys seem to really dislike it. um, but it's a really fast track, and so far it's been pretty interesting throughout the week of practice, seeing everybody, the field pretty spread out as far as lap times go, and then slowly kind of coming together. By the practice and qualifying for tonight's races, everybody was tightened up quite a bit. There's still a couple of guys who are dominating pretty hard lap time wise, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to dominate in the race. So we've got Jay Vroman, who qualified first, Mike Doherty qualified second, Andre Marchishin in third, John Snow in fourth, David Macedo in fifth, Michael Gerhardt in sixth, Craig Everett in seventh, Pedro Perez in eighth, John Cedoroff in ninth, and Mark Pedersen in 10th. I don't think Mark actually set a qualifying lap, if I remember right. I think he just kind of default ended up at the back. So we'll see how this all shakes out for these guys. We know Mark was really fast at Spa, so we'll see what kind of speed he has here. Jay Vroman was getting into the sub 2 minute laps, getting down into the 1:59, so he is definitely showing a lot of speed here. Several other guys were getting down to the 2 minute flat lap times, but nobody else got below 2 minutes except Jay, so we'll see if that equates to the race. But you see Andre off the track there warming his tires and ends up in the wall. That is certainly not something you want to do before the race. The cars are on the warm-up lap. They're ghosted against contact with each other, but you can contact the wall. So you see he's got some damage on that car there. We just hope it doesn't affect him too much in the race, but that's something to keep an eye on, because Andre was really fast here through practice and qualifying. See how much of an effect that has on his car throughout the race. So we're without a couple of guys tonight. We had a couple guys that couldn't make it, and a couple of guys that were out of town. So this weekend we're looking at a 10-car field for Friday night. I expect it'll be a little more than that on Saturday night, but it's still a good turnout for a Friday night practice race. So excited to see what these guys can do. See everybody kind of starting to form back up as we come around here. See everybody formed up pretty nice. Let's see what view we want to use for the start of the race here. And there we go, we're off. Green flag. Doherty gets a good jump. He's on the outside though in turn 1. But he's able to maintain it and pulls out in the lead. You see Andre Marchishin also making his way past Roman. Good start by everybody. Nice and clean through the first couple of turns there. You see Doherty leading the pack through here. Mike Doherty's been really fast at this track. He's really, really good here. You see Andre. Okay, now David Macedo has made his way past Roman. So Roman's all the way back to 4th. Let's take a look back. We got John Snow behind Roman, followed by Michael Gerhardt, followed by Craig Everett, Mark Pedersen, and John Cederoth. You see Andre here. It's hard to say how much damage he took on that incident, but he doesn't look quite as fast as he did in practice and qualifying. And that's going to be a problem for him. You see David Macedo looking down the inside on this long straight here. He's going to make that move. And now you see Jay Roman coming around the inside also. Andre looks like he's suffering from that accident. Looks like the damage on his car might be definitely affecting his speed there. So we got David Macedo up into 2nd, Jay Roman in 3rd, Andre Marchishin in 4th, and John Snow in 5th, followed closely by Michael Gerhardt. And we know Jay is the fastest car on the track. He's maintained that throughout the night, and he was the fastest throughout practice all week. He's just got a lot of speed here in that Ferrari. But you know, the longer he sits back here fighting with Macedo, you look at the gap, Doherty's already got a 2.9 second lead on Macedo. So the longer Jay is behind, it looks like Jay's going to move down. Yeah, he gets past him pretty easy there on the long right-hander. Nice move by him. You see Andre Marchishin, he's holding his position now. He's got John Snow all over him, but so far so good for him. He's holding in there. You see Mike Doherty out in the lead. Jay Roman trying to run him down. You see John Snow. Let's take a look on board with John. John is a bit of a setup guru when it comes to setups. He seems to have his car dialed in every week for whatever track he's on. I would say his car is probably the most easily manageable car on the track, either him or Mike Doherty. These guys are really good with their setups, nice and stable. They may not have the flat-out speed that Jay Roman has, but they definitely are more stable. Oh, a little bump there by Gerhardt. You see Snow on the infield. So Gerhardt running down Marchishin. Looks kind of like a bump and run, but I don't know if Mike Gerhardt's really a bump and run kind of guy. It may have just been a mistake in the braking zone. see Broman, he's now 2.5 seconds behind Doherty. He's just got to settle into his race and see if he can run him down. Mike Doherty is very fast on this track. CJ nice and smooth through there. Looking pretty good. Let's see what this gap is the next time that it updates. Right now it's showing 2.295. Okay, it's down to 1.8. So Jay is running him down. He's slowly but surely catching Doherty. Let's take a look back. We got Andre, who's now under heavy pressure from Gerhardt. Gerhardt was struggling for pace a little bit during practice and qualifying, but he seems to be pretty fast during the race. But he's surrounded by some fast drivers. Jon Snow is very, very fast at this track, and so is Andre. Although Andre has damage on that car, he's still maintaining some good lap times. See some good racing by these guys. Let's check back on Broman. He's still in second. The gap is back up to over 2 seconds, so Doherty's not going to go down without a fight. He's doing a good job. So we got a 2-second gap between Marcheshin and Macedo. Oh, excuse me, that's down to 1.2 seconds now. So Marcheshin is catching David Macedo. Let's take a look on board. Andre was really fast. Really fast. Oh boy, you see Macedo go around there. Oh, and Andre goes around also. Oh, that's a terrible outcome for these guys. So you see him rejoining the track. Let's take a look at that from Gerhardt, because Gerhardt was right behind these guys. So coming down the long straight here, you see Macedo just go around, and then Andre goes around trying to miss him. And Mike Gerhardt is going to be the beneficiary of those spins, but he had to slow down, so now he's got Jon Snow right on him. So let's see where these guys shake out. David Macedo, it shows him running in 5th currently, followed by Mark Pedersen. Andre fell back to 7th. And this is going to spread the field out. We got Jon Snow, who's close on Mike Gerhardt. We've got Mark Pedersen, who's close on David Macedo. We'll see what he can do with David. John is really keeping the pressure on Gerhardt here. Let's check back towards the front. So Doherty's got a 1.6 second lead on Broman. You can see Broman there lurking in the background. So you can see the difference there. Roman making up time on him slowly. Well, he fell back a little bit. He's back up to 1.8 seconds for Doherty. It seems like Doherty is faster on, I think it's the front half of the track, but Jay is faster on the back half of the track. So they're kind of, rubber banding. Doherty pulls a little gap on him, and then Jay runs him down, and then Doherty pulls a gap again, and then Jay runs him down. So they're kind of back and forth right now. Jay just out of touch now, showing a 2.2 second gap. So that's we got to keep a close eye on this. But let's take a look at Gerhardt and Snow. This is a good battle going on here for third. It's a good battle between these guys. You see Snow getting in the slipstream there. Let's take a look on board with Snow. He's looking down the inside. Gerhardt's going to get a little wide there. Snow looks like he's going to be able to make it stick. Yeah, he's got the position. So I don't know if Gerhardt just gave it to him or if that was just him missing his racing line for one turn, but Snow was all over him. So either way, it was going to happen in that turn. Looked like. Let's take a look. David Macedo has now gapped Mark Pedersen, so there's not too much of a battle going on there right now. You see Andre Marchishин in the background lurking behind Pedersen. And then we got Vroman and Doherty. These guys they're 2.3 second gap right now, so Vroman is trying to see what he can do with him, but Doherty is maintaining that gap around 2 seconds. So we got 5 laps in the books. This is shaping up to be a good fight for the lead here. See Jay run a little bit wide there. Doherty's so smooth through that section right there. It looks like his car is just absolutely dialed in. Okay, so let's see. Mike Gerhardt is currently 2.2 behind John Snow. Mark Pedersen must have had some kind of mistake happen because he is now 4.7 behind David Macedo, but he's got Andre on him. So this is a close battle here for 6th place. Just take a look back through the field. We got Pedro Perez. Oh, and he's off the track right now. That's not good for Pedro. His first official league race was last weekend, and he finished in the points. He was able to score a championship point in his first official race, so we were all really excited for Pedro. He's coming along really nicely. Then we got John Cederoth. Keep catching everybody at that camera transition right there. So Cederoth in the AMG. He's running in 9th, and then we got Craig Everett running in 10th right now. Alright, let's get back up to the front. We got, man, every time it's right at that same part of the track. We got Roman, who has reeled in Doherty pretty good now. He's got it under a second. Let's take a look on board for a minute here. There's a couple of spots where Roman is able to brake late. This is one of them right here. He's able to brake late and gain time on Doherty. But then you see the run that Doherty gets out of this right-hander right here and opens the gap back up a little bit. And Doherty is really fast through these turns right here. Seems like Roman has an advantage through the slower turns, but Doherty's got the advantage through the high-speed turns. See Doherty kind of late apex that turn right there. Here he goes again with another late apex turn. Roman's really up on him now. So last lap was a 2:00.579 for Roman. Let's see what it was for Doherty. 2:00.675. So these guys are right at each other on lap times. Really, really close. And you know, this is a 30-minute race. We've got two 30-minute races on Friday nights. No pit stop, no mandatory pit stop, so you don't have to stop and get tires or fuel. So, with a 30-minute race, even though it's only 30 minutes, without a pit stop, it's still like an endurance race because in 30 minutes you're going to chew up your tires pretty good, and the weight balance on your fuel load is going to change quite a bit in the 30 minutes gap. So these guys are, as much as they're battling, they're also battling time and battling the car, because the car is going to continue to change as they make laps around here. You know, we call Doherty Old Faithful. We call him Old Faithful because he's so consistent, but so far Jay has been really consistent in this race too. You see Doherty running a little wide in that turn again. That's right where Jay caught him last time. Where Doherty kind of seems to have an advantage, these high-speed turns. Jay's maintaining really good through there. Boy, this is a fun battle to watch right here. Let's check in on some of the other guys. So these two guys have pulled a 14-second gap on John Snow. So John is quite a ways back. The battle for 3rd through 7th is pretty close, but there's a big gap between 1st and 2nd and 3rd place. As you see these guys catching up to who are they catching up? They're catching up to John Cedar off in the Mercedes there. You see John just let him go. That's a good job by him. Let the leaders through. They're in an epic battle. You don't want to be responsible for slowing either one of these guys down. You see Jay get up on him right there. These slow corners, Jay is able to, it seems like he's able to outbrake Doherty. Yeah, he's definitely got an advantage in these heavy braking zones. You see Doherty, this is where he keeps getting wide right here. Oh, a little close there, guys. Roman is right on him. I mean, this battle is really, really good, so it's hard to switch away from it, but let's just check on a couple other guys. Well, hold on a second. Roman right up on Doherty now. And you see Doherty do these high-speed turns, he's able to open the gap back up. He's just really good through there. Okay, so let's take a look at Gerhardt. He is 4 seconds behind Jon Snow. You see John up there ahead of him. Just right on board with him for a minute. I mean, he's running fourth, but he was struggling for pace in practice and qualifying. But right now, the only 3 guys ahead of him are really fast, so Gerhardt, he's looking pretty good. Looking pretty solid. And we've got David Macedo, who is 4.5 seconds behind him. So everybody's spread out a little bit here. We're 11 laps into the race, so the tires, you can see some of these guys struggling with their tires a little bit through some of these slow corners. See if David has anything for Michael Gerhardt. He's closing in the gap a little bit on him. Or that's not Gerhardt, sorry, that's Cedaroff. Closing in on Cedaroff. And Mark Pedersen, he is 14 seconds behind Marchishin, and Marchishin is 10 seconds behind David Macedo. So these guys are all spread out pretty far at this point. Let's check back towards the front. We got Roman, who's still right up on Doherty. The current split shows 1.1 seconds, but I think it might even be a little less than that now. Doherty in that same turn. He's a little wide in that turn every time. So consistent that he's even where he runs wide on every lap. He's so consistent on his lap speed and his lap pace. Like, something to aspire to as a driver, that is for sure. See him run a little bit wide there. Roman, he's gapped Roman through there again. Roman had the gap down to 0.6 seconds, but I'm sure it's going to go up here in just a minute when we hit the next time marker. These two guys have pulled the gap from between them and third place up to 17.9 seconds. 17.9 seconds, so just about an 18-second gap between second and third. And they continue to battle. We'll see how strong Doherty's nerves are having Jay all over him for the whole race like this. It's got to be intimidating because he knows if he makes one mistake, he's going to lose the spot. So, and if Jay ever gets out in front, I don't know if Doherty can catch him or not. Then again, I don't know if Jay can catch Doherty. Mike is really holding him off pretty good here. This is a really good battle between these two, really evenly matched. Let's ride on board with Doherty for a minute and see, just kind of take a look at the differences in what these guys are doing. Mike is a little more paced on his corners. Jay kind of throws the car into the corner a little bit more, whereas Mike kind of nice and steady through the turn. See, this is where Mike is really fast right here, coming through these high-speed turns. I mean, if you're a newer driver, or a newer racer, and you're trying to, hone your skills and get better at your craft, watching either one of these guys can teach you an awful lot. The sheer consistency of Mike Doherty through these laps is really impressive, and the absolute speed that Jay has is also really impressive, and he's consistent in that speed. He's able to maintain lap after lap, even with the speed that he has. He's a little more on the edge. He drives his car, I'm sure his setup is part of that. His car is a little more on the edge at all times. You see Doherty coming through here again. So coming up on Pedro Perez here. Now, Pedro definitely doesn't want to affect this battle for first place, so he's gonna let these guys go right here. Good move by him to let these guys go. And the battle continues. Now we're getting close to the end of the race now. These guys are, Jay's just hoping that Mike makes one mistake. Looking back through the field, I hate to leave this battle, but we got David Macedo. Oh no, Michael Gerhardt is off the track. And I think we lost Michael Gerhardt, so we're gonna lose him there. I don't know what happened to him, not sure what the incident was, but actually, wait, maybe we can see if it works that way. So we're on board with Mike Gerhardt. He's been struggling with this Lambo at this track. You can see his tires are definitely worn. He's struggling with the car through here, through these slow corners. he is sliding. His tires are completely shot, looks like. Really slipping and sliding through the turns. He's still holding on to 4th place. I'm not sure what happens here. He's coming down into this high-speed right-hander. You can see how much the tires are pushing through there. See him coming through here. I'm not sure where this incident happens, but he's running in 4th place. Jon Snow has pulled a pretty big gap on him. You see him fighting with the tires there again. He's just really struggling for grip. Coming into this high-speed right-hander again. Looks a little better through there that time. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, he's just lost the rear end of the car there. It's unfortunate for Michael. So we're back with Jay running in 2nd. We've only got a couple of laps left here. This is really going to come right down to the end. See Broman looking for any kind of mistake from Doherty. Anything he can do to make his way around Doherty. I know. Oh, and Jay runs wide there. That might just about do it there. I don't know if he's got enough time left in the race to be able to catch Mike. If you're Jay and you're waiting for Doherty to make a mistake, you know, Doherty just doesn't make very many mistakes. When he does, he usually recovers from them pretty good. Doesn't make a lot of mental errors. Very consistent. So Doherty and Broman, Jon Snow in 3rd, David Macedo in 4th, Andre Marchishin in 5th, Mark Pedersen in 6th, Pedro Perez in 7th, John Cedoroff in 8th, Craig Everett in 9th, and it's showing Eric Tong, but I think Eric joined us late, so he's just in the pits, yeah. So back to the front here. These guys have already finished the race. Let's go back and catch the end of the race here. Jay gave him the best run that he could, just not quite able to catch Doherty after that off track that he had. So Mike here coming down, just trying to finish it off. Fantastic racing by both of these guys. Awesome battle for the lead. You see Doherty coming around the final turn here to get the checkered flag. So that's going to give him a 1st place finish, and Jay Broman a good 2nd place finish. Jon Snow, podium finish, looking at 3rd. David Macedo coming in 4th place. And Andre Marchishin's going to finish in 5th. And you wonder what would have been if he hadn't damaged his car before the race even started. He might have been even stronger. You know, 5th place is nothing to sneeze at, but he showed a lot of speed before the race in practice and qualifying. So we got Pedersen in 6th. He's coming around to finish the race. Pedro Perez is going to finish in 7th. John Cedroth in 8th. Craig Everett in 9th. And then we got Eric, who's not in this race. So good race by everybody. Let's go back. You guys know how I like to do it. I like to go back and see the beginning of the race. We're going to ride on board with... Let's ride with David Macedo for the start of the race here. You know, to have a good race, good clean race, it takes a good clean start, and these guys have proven race after race that they can do that. They can keep it clean on the first lap. So let's take a look at what it was like being on board with David here. He's got Jon Snow to his left, Andre Marchishin in front of him. There's the green flag. So you see David, he's got the inside on Jon Snow. You see Doherty take the lead up there. Good start by these guys, good clean racing by everybody. You see David showing some good speed through here, but looking to get around Jay. So good start by him. Good racing by everybody tonight. We look forward to the second race. If you are not currently subscribed, please subscribe to the channel so you can keep up with all of our races. We have our weekly championship race for points that happens on Saturday night. It's usually up on YouTube by Monday. Hour-long races with a 20-minute pit window and 1 mandatory pit stop. However, the drivers do not have to take tires or fuel, so they can make it all on one set of tires and 1 tank of fuel if they want to, which we've seen a mixture of strategies so far. But great racing, guys. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.